Greetings, students. Today we're going to discuss practice test 6. Let's begin. Question 1. Replace x with -4. So this becomes 2 times -4 plus 1, which becomes -8 plus 1, because 2 times -4 is -8. And here we have opposite signs, so we subtract -7. Question 2. Replace the x with -4 here as well. 12 divided by -4 is 3, and 8 divided by -4 is 2. This is 32. A negative over a negative is positive. Question 3. The place value here is the tens. And we're going to round to that place value. So that's going to become 19,830 because it's followed by a 7. So it rounds up, becomes larger. All right, question 4. We're going to multiply diagonally here. 3 times 5 plus 7 times 2. So this will be 15 plus 14. That'll be 29. And the denominator here will be 7 times 5. 29 over 35. Diagonal multiplication, 15 and 14, added together. And the denominator will be the product of the two given denominators. Question 5. You're going to do 2 minus 8 to get -6, because they're opposite signs, so they subtract. And a -6 plus a 10 is a 4. Alternatively here, you could do -8 plus 10 is a 2, and then 2 plus 2 is a 4. Question 6. You're going to do 9 plus 30. You multiply before you add, in other words, that'll be 39. Question 7. You're going to multiply -4 and -5 to get 20. This will be 10 plus 20, 30. Question 8. You're going to square the 4 to make 16. Then 5 minus 16 is -11. Take away 7 is -18. Same signs add. -11 minus 7, same signs add. Question 9. 1, -4. Write 1, down 4. Now that does look like it's down 3, but it's actually down 4 because of the way the graph is labeled there. I don't get too picky here though on these graphs, as long as it's in approximately the right spot. That's in quadrant 4. Again, the quadrants here go 1, 2, 3, 4. Question 10, left 5 and down 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. There's point B. That's in quadrant 3. And again, that does look like maybe it's down 1, but 1 is labeled up above. The label here is a little bit off. It's actually down 2. 1, 2. Question 11, distribute. So you're going to take -3 times 4x. So that is -12x. Then you're going to take minus -3 times 7. That's plus 21. Because a negative of a negative is a positive. When you do the negative times negative there. Negative, positive 21. Question 12, you're going to take 8 times -7x. It's going to be -56x. And you're going to take 8 times 5. It's going to be 40. Question 13, combine like terms. This means to add or subtract the same variable. So in this case, we have -10 minus 18x. So -10 minus 18, same signs add, that's -28x. And minus 5 at the end of it. Anyways, 4 points each, as per usual. Partial points if you do something right on these. Moving along the back page. Or page 2. Question 14. You're going to take 5 from M4. That's going to yield -1. You're going to take 3 times -1. It's going to yield -3. Pretty simple. Do the opposite to both sides. And do the multiplication to move the division. Question 15, you're going to add 6 to 10. Yield 16. You're going to divide by 4 to yield 4. Again, I do not give partial on these questions if you don't show any work. You have to have the steps there. All right, 16. 15 is 5 times 3. 50 is 5 times 10. So my GCF here is 5 because that is the number they both divide by evenly, the largest thing they both divide by. And my LCM is going to be 5 times 3 times 10. In other words, 5 times 30, 150, or 15 times 10, 150. That's the number that they both divide into, the smallest number they will both divide into. Question 17, 21 is 7 times 3. 35 is 7 times 5. So my GCF is 7. That's the smallest number. That's the largest number they both divide by. And then my LCM, which count multiple, 7 times 3 times 5. That's the smallest number they'll both divide into. That is 21 times 5 or 7 times 15. So 21 times 5 or 7 times 15, which would be 105. They'll both divide into 105. 3 times for 35 will go on 105. 5 times for 21 will go on 105. Question 18, write it in descending order. I'm asking you to put the largest exponent first. So the x here is the largest, so it comes first before the minus 10. Negative 4x minus 10. Here the x squared is the largest, it comes first. Negative 8x squared minus 7x plus 4. Here the y is largest, so it's y minus 8. Largest exponent first. Or largest variable first. I don't mix the variables here, so it's either x or it's y. The squared comes before the x, it comes before the constant. Question 21, solve and graph. So I'm going to take 2 away from both sides here. And x is greater than negative 3. That's my answer. And I should have just put that in the box there rather than wasting space. So x is greater than negative 3. So negative 3 is here. It's greater than, meaning the arrow points to the right. So everything bigger than negative 3, not including negative 3, because it's not equal to negative 3. It doesn't have the equal sign with the sign. Question 21, we're dividing by 3 to get x is less than or equal to negative 4. So this one is less than or equal to, so it is a closed circle or a closed dot, and the arrow points left. Same way the inequality sign does. These, again, are the same as equations. There's only one new rule, and that's if you divide by a negative, which I don't happen to have on these two. Only when you divide by a negative is when you flip the sign around, the inequality sign to be the opposite. But they have the same process as the equations that we've been practicing. Again, we do the same thing over and over in this class. You guys that keep failing, it's by choice. Associative. You got parentheses moving. That's letter C. So associative, again, that's got 3 items on both sides. 1, 2, 3 items, 1, 2, 3 items. Commutative is moving, commuting. So 4 plus 2 equals 2 plus 4. The items move. All right, the zero property. Remember, the zero product property always has to be multiplied by 0. It's multiplication only, not addition. So that is F. All right, inverse. Inverse operations are when you add an opposite or when you divide. And so in this case, I have the adding and the opposite operation, D. That's an inverse operation. Distributive properties when the parentheses are gotten rid of through multiplication. 2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times minus 4 is minus 8. And the identity property is when you either add 0, 12 plus 0 equals 12, or when you multiply by 1. So here I've got the identity property of addition. The identity property of multiplication would be 12 times 1 is equal to 1. Very similar properties, very similar process. So that took us around 9 minutes to get through here. The test does not have to be very lengthy. Does not have to take you a long time. You need to learn the questions. You need to learn what you're doing. Come in and we can work some more questions if you want, or look them up online. You can look some more questions up online. Just practice them and you can get them. You guys can do this. Anyways, I'll be here before school on Friday, after school on Thursday for a bit. And you can come in either of those times. After school on Thursday or before school on Friday. I get here really early on Friday mornings and I'm willing to help you then. And I stay here. Usually I stay here for about a half hour on Thursday afternoons provided there's somebody in the room. If there's nobody here after school, sometimes I'll leave. But I'll usually stay for about a half hour, and then I'll stay even longer if I have a student that's actually working with me and that's actually trying. Okay. Effort is what's going to get you through this. Perhaps not ability, but effort. Good luck.